And now from the second to the third. This one is. This one I felt like around the time. They're just more portraying themselves. It's like Cheech and Chong. They have a famous skit called Ralph and Her were the dogs or something like that. Talking about sex and dropping a big log. I don't know. The most outrageous film since Up in Smoke. Cheech and Chong are still smoking. It's Cheech and Chong at their finest, craziest, most medicated, doing all those zonked out characters and hilarious routines that put them where they are today, out of the country. It's Cheech and Chong's fans' ultimate pipe dream, and if you're already not a convert, Ralph and Herbie will make you one by the end of the DVD. Um, I knew that that Holland has something like marijuana cafes or something, or not opium, but just like marijuana dope cafes. I don't know. I didn't know anything about this until one of my coworkers told me. And then lo and behold, this happens. I'm like, okay. So apparently, in over there in Amsterdam, they were expecting Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton to come over. And I'm like, yeah. So you're expecting those two? I'm like, what are the chances of that happening? I'm like, okay, so then I guess it's just a way of trying to appeal to the more international fan base is what ultimately this movie is. Um, how ironic that I also mentioned Dolly Parton after she got out of a hospital, like 1 or 2 days after a health scare. Seriously, you can't make this shit up. Wow, just, I don't know. This movie felt like it was I don't know. I guess I like this movie, but I really can't say too much about it. It's them just going through their skits and stuff like that. And I don't have a problem with it, but to me, the jokes, I don't know, they just fell flat. It's like we go to a sauna where they talk about saying, hey, it's been a while since we performed this skit. They go and perform it, return back to the sauna. This time, either with some ladies there or not, and they just keep going through them for whatever reason. I don't know. It just keeps on retreading everything. There's like a funny part with this blind guy named Blind Melon. I don't know, Chitlins or something like that. I understand this humor, it this style of humor where he's so old. He's like the uh world's oldest active blues guitarist or singer or whatever. I don't know. I could see why it's funny, but it just went on for too long. I just I just don't get it. And you know, like they were practicing their skits and their routines and everything, and that's fine. I guess it's like they're in a hotel and they're ordering food and they're pretending to be them, and I'm just like, yeah, I mean, it's like it's part of the contract, right? Or they have food and money, and they have like present all the money at a certain time, have the food, have the drink, things like that. That's to be expected. And, when they're having like a talk, like there's also uh, this Amsterdamian promoter or something who says that they were promised them and also the Queen, but they said it's like, hey, don't worry, Mom, we'll be able. It's like they'll be able to make their money or whatever. They present him with watches. And I'm like, what's really going on here? Just some of this just felt just a time waster, really. I don't know. It just didn't work for me. Um, I guess. I mean, there's also. All right, guilty pleasure. I did like the pro wrestling parody. I guess where there was a reference to Iron Mike Sharp of all people. I'm like, wait, what? And also, there was a guy known as the Invisible Man, something like that. And then, of course, a reference to Bruno Hakalugi, but that's a reference to Bruno Sammartino. You can't make this stuff up. It was so great. I had to watch it. It worked okay, I guess. And there's also they had some Japan like can portray a Japanese guy. I'm not sure which one. I wish I knew. This was 1982. Maybe Giant Baba, Antonio Noki. I don't know. So that was pretty cool. Ultimately, I like that. It was refreshing to see wrestling being referenced in a not that well known movie. So that was pretty cool. Ultimately, you're here to watch the skit towards the end, where they're on stage performing. I think for one of their one of their earlier shows, where we finally get into like the meat of all their routines. It's like the last 20 minutes are there. They're expected saying, "Hey, there's some royalty here. You better not say the word bums or do any of that lascivious acts or whatever." But ultimately, they performed. It's like there's this old man. There's this older man. They bring out a lot of characters. I like the characters that they did here, because it was just getting straight to the point of just like an astronaut. Like they had 2001: Space Odyssey, Thus Much Zarathustra. There's an astronaut who's getting ready to be Seaton, and ultimately he does a imitation masturbation. That was funny. Um, you got you got this man who's also watching like that was a real life sex act, and then a woman. And he says the first live sex act I've had in 12 years. That one I had to pay for, so we get to see him. It's like saying, "Hey Marge, isn't that your sister Ethel? Hey Ethel, look over here." Oh, she's ignoring us. Then, of course, um, finally we get two of the dogs, Herb and Ralph, and they're just going on and on about how their owners are and like sniffing each other's butts. It's so ludicrous, just the lengths that they go to. All the dressing and the different costumes and stuff. It's actually, in my opinion, the perfect way to end it. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really don't have much to say. I have these 10-minute plus reviews, but there's only so much I could say about like turn your brain off stoner comedy. So yeah, do I recommend Still Smoking? If you start, oh by the way, found out what Fifi is, female dog in here. Sex. Like a male dog in heat going after a female dog in heat. So there you go. Still, do I recommend Still Smoking? You have to be familiar with their comedic routine. I didn't get half of what was going on. I mean, I enjoyed during the last 20 minutes. Some of it was funny, but I don't know. This one it just feels mediocre. It just depends on how well you know them. So yeah, is it fine? It's okay. It's passable. Whatever. So those are my thoughts on Still Smoking.